Hello everyone and welcome back to Coloring with Haley. It's that time of the month again. It's time for our finished pages for June. I can't believe June is already over. This year seems like it's going by really fast. Now, a reminder that I don't have any haul this month, although I did pick up Camellia Angelcova's vacation miniatures. I just had to. So the first book I've got some pages out of is Mystery Mosaics Color by Number Dazzling Animals. I can't remember if this one's by Jennifer Rowling or it's just Bright Ideas Paper Publishing, I think. So I told you guys I would kind of give you a better review in my haul video last month of this book after I actually colored a page in it. And I did 2 this month, so. Here's the first one. This page is the cover page. It's just a Chihuahua. And I actually do really like this book. I actually do like this size a lot. I used water-based markers to do this. This is the Ohuhu water-based markers. And I like how they look on the finished product for this. I think they're good for this size square. I will say though, the blank pages like this with all the tiny squares take me a little bit to do. They kind of make my eyes cross a little bit looking at it for too long. So when I take time to do a page like this, it takes me a lot of time. I kind of have to come back to it. And come back to it and come back to it. Because I sit down and I look at it for too long, yeah, it makes my eyes cross. And I don't even have any problems with my vision, so if you have trouble seeing, you might want to stick with Mindware's Mystery Mosaics, which are the 5x5mm squares. They're a lot bigger. The picture isn't as detailed as far as like the shading and stuff goes on it, but it doesn't bother me in that way. It doesn't make my eyes cross at all, whereas this definitely does. However, I do like the look of the finished pages. I just had to slow down and take my time to do it. And I did get 2 done this month. The next one is this cardinal bird here. There's a lot of different blues in the background, although until kind of they get to the middle here, it all sort of blends in, and it's a bit hard to tell the difference in them. If you're wondering about bleed through from the water-based markers, there was really hardly any. You can definitely still tell what all the numbers are, and now that is my only other complaint about this book. I prefer when my color by number books give me a list of the colors that's going to be used in the picture, rather than the whole color palette. This gives you the whole color palette, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, if you have a little bit of trouble seeing this, it kind of gets a little bit mind-bending, kind of crosses your eyes. You might stick with a slightly larger size. However, I did enjoy those. Up next, I have Welcome to the Village, which I've been coloring in every month. I would like to finish this book, so I did this page this month, and this is one of the very few pages in here that I have put glitter on. And I'll tell you why, because that's the golden stag beetle. Can you see how he's a bit glittery and shiny? So, a lot of you guys are playing Animal Crossing New Horizons on the Nintendo Switch. But back in my day, yeah, I'm going to pull that one on you. Back in my day, on the Nintendo DS, you didn't live on a tropical island. You lived in the woods. And Cap'n would take you to a tropical island that is family owned. And it would be the same exact tropical island every time. And this tropical island was the only place you could catch sharks. And it was also the only place you could hunt for those stag beetles. So back in my day, we'd buy like 20 boat rides from Cap'n trying to get to this island to catch the stag beetle so we could complete our museum collection. And this is where his little family lived, and you could play mini games there. Like, I remember there being a hide-and-seek one, for sure. But yes, this is my old island page from the DS game, New Leaf. Brought back a lot of memories. This was really fun to do. I did do some white gel pen here and highlights for the water, and then just a bit of glitter there on that beetle, and that's it. I just like to straight color these. And then, of course, I've got Brewster here fishing. But I did this as kind of in fall and also kind of like at sunset, just for something a little bit different rather than making all of them blue skies. I tried to get his colors as closely as I could, but I didn't quite have the right greenish gray color for him. So he's a little off, but I do still really like how this picture turned out. I really like that book, and it's a lot of fun to go through. You probably heard the page hit the floor just then. Alright, so next up, I have Color by Colors, Country Life by Kira Shershnieva. I finished this book this month. So you will see a completed flip through of this book up on my channel sometime soon. I'm very happy to have finished this book. It's the first book I finished this year. The first page that I did is this one. with the dog and the cats, and the dog has come in the bedroom. It's been raining outside, I think, and there's paw prints everywhere. I'm not sure if this right here is a mistake. All of these paw prints were gray, except for this one right here was outlined in brown. And I don't know if that is a mistake or that was intentional, just something different. Not so sure, but of course this is shiny and super reflective, so I'll do my best to show you. Next up, I did this page here, the squirrel feeding her chickens. I like this page. I did deviate from just using my Sharpies and Bic markers. This was quite a large open space down here where this light green is, and my light green Bic marker is really running low, so I pulled one from my Kawaii art markers to do that. But I really like how this page turned out too. It's a cute page. This was just overall a really cute book, and I enjoyed coloring in it. And the last page was definitely suited more for fall. I probably should have gone back and done it in the fall, but I wanted to go ahead and finish this book. So it is this page with the two kids raking leaves. And this page also turned out really, really cute. I'm really happy with how all of this turned out in this book, and this was a lot of fun to color in. I think I'm going to get her Women's World, World of Women. It's got a title like that. I think that's the one I'm going to get next. Alright, so I also colored some in Cute Fluff Monsters Volume 2 by Morgan O'Brien. This is his dinosaur coloring book. These pages are simple and don't take long to color at all. They've got these two dinosaurs. They're like on the beach, and they're kind of eating these little sea creatures. I thought this page was really funny. So I just used my regular Ohuhu markers, and then did some details mainly on the dinosaurs with the water-based markers. I'm going to zoom you in for these pages, actually, because they are so small. There we go. You can see that a lot better. And then, of course, I did some highlights on the dinosaurs with the white gel pen. I just keep these simple. I don't like to do too much detail on them. But I do like these pages. They are a lot of fun. I thought this one was so funny. This creature looks so concerned and upset that he's, like, eating him. I picked another, what I guess I'd call summer themed page. This guy diving into the water here. He reminds me of, oh, I had the title of it, now I forgot. What's that gas station that has the green dinosaur logo? That's what this reminded me of, so I colored him green. And again, I just did a little bit with my water-based markers, just a little bit of like rudimentary shading and then highlighting with the gel pen. Nothing special, nothing crazy, but these pages do turn out super cute when you do them that way. His books are really, really my favorite. Alright, we'll zoom back out now for 50 Farmers Miniatures, which I still think this one's my favorite. I really like Vacation Miniatures, but this farmer one is just everything. Alright, you guys like this page a lot on Instagram. I did the donkey at the farmer's market. I had to do this page because I have miniature donkeys and I love them. So of course I had to do a donkey page next. So this is the usual for me in the miniatures books. My Ohuhu markers, my Kawaii art markers, and then the Ohuhu water-based markers for a little bit of shading. I used a lot of white gel pen here. I went over these jars and then this pitcher and the glass of lemonade here. A lot of highlights, and then I went around the eyes and the belly and the nose of the donkey as well with the white gel pen. And there is also some glitter on this page, like around the milk carton right there and on the jars of jam, like the ribbons. There we go, you can see that. I'm really happy with how this page turned out. This was super cute. I like the images that now that she's doing them a little bit bigger, it works especially well for marker, seeing them in a little bit of a larger size. This is probably one of my favorite pages I've colored in a while, and maybe one of my favorite pages I've done in her books. I just really like that one. Okay, so this is Circles of Fun Animals, which I did put a flip through up on my channel. This is a Dover Spark book, and it's illustrated by Maggie Swanson. I did this desert page with the camels because I don't have a lot of desert coloring pages, and I just thought this one was really fun. And this, again, is just simple. I really just did some base coloring on here. Nothing crazy, nothing too much. But I do like how it turned out. This is just Ohuhu markers, and I did kind of a sunset type thing, so I could do a red sunset like you kind of see in TV shows out in the desert. There's a little bit of glitter on here. It's the tassels on the camel's, I guess you'd call it a saddle. And then these bugs down here, like these little dung beetles, they're all also got glitter on them. I guess they'd be dung beetles, maybe scarab beetles, since, you know, it's in Egypt. So I thought I'd make them glittery. And of course I love this little red lizard down here. But yeah, this is a really simple page to do, and it was really cute. Now some of these pages in this book are a little more detailed. It is supposed to be a kid's book, but you get some pages that are like really kind of crazy detailed, so I'm not so sure I'd say it's a kid's book. Anyone could color in it. Next up, I did get one done out of Matchstick Mouse Summer Coloring Book. I wanted to do more in this book, but I was just really busy this month, and I didn't have time to do as many pages as I actually really wanted to. But I did do this camping page here. She's camping with the worm, and again, I believe that Morgan O'Brien said this little thing was called a cat bug. I'd have to go back to his Instagram for sure, but I believe he called it the cat bug. I just used Ohuhu markers in this, and I did use some white gel pen to outline her little lantern here, because her little lantern has fireflies in it. Let me zoom in on this one again too, since these are such small pages. There we go. Can you kind of see? I don't know, they're just little dots. I'm not sure if you really see them glitter, but you can definitely see the glitter I got going on the stars there. Not sure if you can tell the fireflies are glittery too. These pages are really fun to do, but of course they are kind of simple pages that don't take very long, but sometimes I like that, especially when I'm busy. I can sit down and color a page in 30 minutes rather than taking an hour or two and, you know, still get it done, and I kind of still feel that sense of accomplishment from finishing one that you kind of want to feel sometimes. So these books are definitely really good for when you're busy. I'm sorry if you can hear me dropping the books on my floor in the background. I'm kind of just sitting them down on the floor after I rearranged. Up here, it's a lot easier for me to set them on the floor now and just pick them up when I'm done. Alright, so next up is Colored Caramel's Adorable Mushrooms. Not a new release, but it was new to me. I did this page with the various mushrooms, and I did them in rainbow for Rainbow Pride Month. I have family and friends who are celebrating, and I'm not like the biggest rainbow person. I don't like to do like rainbow hair or a rainbow outfit. When I do rainbow, I want it to be like this. I want the things that I do in rainbow to all be separate items. So I did get in my rainbow on all of the separate little mushrooms. This is a good page for this. I wanted to do a page like this if I picked to do a rainbow page. And I did do a little bit of shading with water-based markers on this. Not a whole lot, just a small amount to kind of touch it up a little bit. I was just feeling it that night, and I thought these looked a little bland without it. Now, the ones that have like the rosy cheeks, those are done in glitter according to whatever color the mushroom was, but not all of them have the rosy cheeks. And I didn't do any white highlights on here. I did do white pen for their eyes because I colored over it a little bit, but no highlights, just marker base and a little bit of touch up here and a little bit of gel pen. But I am happy with how this page turned out, and I thought it was a really cute page. I thought it's a really cute book in general. Okay, next up are my buddy colors for this month out of Space Girls and Aliens with Misty over at Country Gals Coloring Place. So again, I'm getting a lot better with that Ranger Art glossy accents. This is the first page I did. I did this girl here, and I just kind of went with a green theme. I don't know why, I was really feeling green that day. But as you can tell, her helmet is done up with the glossy accents. I like doing these on the space helmets. I'm not sure if I'll go back and put them on pages that I previously colored, like this one, that don't have glossy accents. That's a choice that I'm going to have to make when I'm finished with the book. I'm just not certain about yet. I can say, though, these pages don't really stick together. Like this front page here, it wasn't really stuck at all to this amount of Ranger Art glossy accents, so that's a good thing. I was a little bit worried they'd get stuck, but I wanted to go ahead and test it out. This is just straight colored with Ohuhu markers, though there is some paint and gel pen, of course. You can see, like, her underwear there is glittery. And I believe the ray gun here has some glitter coming out of it, but it's a really small amount, so I don't think it's going to show on camera. I did do some highlights on her and on the rocket ship over here, which is a really tiny rocket ship. I don't think she came to this planet on that rocket ship. I'm not sure if that's maybe the planet life leaving. Maybe they're like super tiny critters and they're getting the heck out of there. She definitely didn't write in on that. But there also is a little bit of paint, as you can tell, around the flame coming out of this rocket ship. It's around the rings on this planet and back here on the shooting stars. This book's kind of just fun to go crazy with like accent supplies in because everything's so crazy in the background to begin with. And then we did this lovely alien girl, and I noticed that this page, like, it's smaller than the other pages. I don't know if it's a printing error in mine. Can you see where the, like, outline of the box cuts off here? This page, it goes all the way to the top. I don't know if it's a printing error in mine or that page is just like this. But I went like a red and pink theme for this one. I've started kind of doing specific colors on some of the pages, and I really like how this turned out. I'm not sure if this is an alien. I think it's a girl in an alien mask because the neck of it looks a little bit like she's wearing it like a mask rather than that's her neck. So I think this is a girl wearing like an alien mask in her little swimsuit on this red planet, which she says Mars rocks and she loves Venus. So I think this has got to be Venus or Mars. I did do the volcanoes down here with glitter for the fire. And there is paint on the smoke coming off of these volcanoes. And the fire in her hand is also glittery, you can see there. And just a little bit of highlighting on her and on her swimsuit. I try not to do too much highlighting on the red because red always bleeds through and turns the highlights pink, and I'm not really a big fan of that. But these were really fun pages to do. We're almost finished with that book. Alright, I did one page out of Country Chibis by Alexandra Franzese. And it's this page here. I did this girl watering her cabbage. This is a good page to do. We've been tending to our garden a lot this month, especially as it's been really hot. So I thought I'd just do a little gardening page. And I gave her purple hair because why not? As I've said before, these kind of have a little bit of light grayscaling on them. And I just follow that grayscaling as like a shading guide almost. And I use Ohuhus and Cali Art markers on here to do that. And there's just a little bit of highlighting here on her watering can, her boots, and the water itself, which my water is a little purple looking, but that's okay. This is a cute page. I really like this book, and this is another book that I would like to finish, although I haven't gotten as many done in this as I have like the Animal Crossing one, for example. So we'll see how that goes. And then lastly, oh, my tab fell out of this one. Hang on. Hold up. There it is. Okay. Lastly, I did a page out of Snaxolotl, the Kawaii Axolotl coloring book. This was for Misty's birthday this month. She did a tag, Misty's birthday hoard, and I wanted to color a lot more pages for it. Again, I just didn't get time. I was very busy this month. This is a month where I didn't get as many pages done as I'd like, and I kind of average about 20 pages, and I didn't make it there this month. But I did do these axolotls with the birthday cake. Whenever I think of birthday cake, I think of the yellow cake with the pink icing. I don't really know why. I didn't like cake as a kid, and I kind of still don't really like cake now, so I never really ate this kind of cake for my birthday. It's just what I think of when I think of birthday cake. I did do some shading here on the main stuff in the picture, the cake and the axolotls and the cherry. The stuff in the background I didn't do any shading for. I kind of left it as background stuff. I wanted to draw attention to the center of the image. But there is a lot of white highlights on this, on all the axolotls and the cake and the cherry. I wanted it to look nice and shiny and glossy. So I used the white paint to kind of make it look that way. There is actually no glitter on this, which is surprising, I know. I probably could have done some glitter perhaps on the sprinkles, but I wasn't feeling it. I just want to do the sprinkles like the color of the axolotls and kind of keep this one a little more plain, but I'm very happy with how this page turned out, and it's a super cute page from a super cute book. So, I will show you my journal for this month, which wasn't looking so good. Alright, so my goals this month were to color in all of the new books I got last month. That did not happen. I wanted to finish Country Life. That did happen. It's a little bit easier for me to do color by numbers when I'm busy because I can come in and like sit down and color everything that needs to be colored red. Then I can kind of feel the same sense of accomplishment that I get from finishing a page. So I did finish that because I can kind of handle color by numbers when I'm busy. And I wanted to destash some of my Coloring Heaven books, which I did not get to. I did write down Misty's Birthday Hoard as a tag this month that I wanted to do, and I wanted to do a page for Pride. I had an idea to film a video of all my Deborah Muller books, and again, I didn't get to it. I just didn't have time. I was very busy this month. Here is kind of the spread for my pages. It was actually pretty spread out this month. Usually I color a lot at the beginning of the month, and it tapers off towards the end, but this month I kind of was a little bit more sporadic. It was a little more even as well. I have an arrow here because I swapped what days I did this. So I finished Adorable Mushrooms on the 16th, and I forgot to write it down, and on the 17th I finished the Matchstick Mouse Summer page, and then when I opened this I accidentally wrote it in the 16th place, so the dates on those are swapped, but as you can see, yeah, I was kind of busy. There were quite a few days, chunks of days, where I just didn't get stuff done because I was super busy with other things. Although I did color 17 pages, that's not too bad. 20 is usually my average for a month. 17 is close enough to 20, I feel like. That's not super bad. Don't forget, though, that next month I am going on vacation. So I'm not really sure how many pages I'll get done next month. Next month might be another light month, although I do plan to do a color and chat when I get back from vacation, because I want to talk about what I did on vacation. But it might be another light month as far as finished pages go. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed seeing my finished pages for this month.